Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Bear River Blogger, and today I'm back out on the Bear River Bird Refuge. I'm actually on 4th Street again. I just got off the Refuge auto tour route, and on the way back I stopped and was able to take a couple pictures of an American kestrel sitting on some fence posts. It was kind of like eating the remnants of a mouse or a vole, and that doesn't happen very often until it gets really cold, because kestrels seem to be really skittish. So I was really surprised I was able to get the photos that I did, and I'll throw some here on the video here. The reason I stopped is that kestrel got me thinking about something. And where we're at now is we're on 4th Street, and here's the first parking lot, just down on 4th Street. And if you look in the screen there, on the left side of your screen there's a pole, and that pole has a box on. That's a kestrel box. And up until about 2 minutes ago, there was actually a kestrel sitting on top of the box. And the reason I bring that up is, a couple years ago, I wrote an article on my website, and I'll put a link in the description below, suggesting that the Bear River Bird Refuge install some kestrel boxes on the refuge on 4th Street here. Well, this last winter, they went ahead with the idea and installed 3 kestrel boxes. They installed this one here, and then there's 2 up by the visitor center on the nature trail, one on the south end of the nature trail and one on the north end of the nature trail. And I learned this summer by talking to their biologist, Jen Wright, that 2 out of the 3 nesting boxes actually were successful, actually had breeding success. And between those 2, they raised, I think she said, 9 kestrels that fledged, which means they were old enough to fly off and leave the nest. And I'm not sure exactly about the 3rd nest box yet. They had a non-profit group actually monitor the nest last year, and I'm waiting to hear back from them and get the actual information on what how the nesting season went. But Jen told me that there was 9 kestrels that fledged last year. So 2 out of these 3 kestrel boxes were successful. So what I was thinking is, on the way home when I saw that kestrel down on 4th Street a little bit, and you can see there's a lot of cars coming back and forth, so it's duck hunting season, is what if they put out some more kestrel boxes here on 4th Street, down a little bit lower, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. And the reason I bring that up is kestrels are basically cavity nesters. They nest in, well, pretty much like holes in trees, like woodpecker holes and stuff. They can nest in kind of like a man-made structure, but they need some kind of cavity, some kind of place for them to build a nest. They just don't go out in a tree and just build a nest anywhere like a lot of birds do. They need a cavity to build their nest. And as you can see, and let's pan around here a little bit, there's not a lot of trees out here. There's a few like Russian olives and a few small trees, but there's not a whole lot of anything. In fact, the kestrel just landed on the kestrel box again. He's out there right now. As you pan around, there's not a whole lot. You get up further by the Refuge visitor center, there's some trees up there and stuff, and there's kestrels up there during the summertime. But as you get down here, there's kestrels here during the wintertime, and I see them very commonly this time of year. But during the summertime, I rarely to never see them from here all the way down to the auto tour route. And I started thinking the reason that is there's nowhere for them to nest on 4th Street. And that's why I wrote that article a couple years ago suggesting some kestrel boxes put up. Well, they've got the one here, but now my suggestion is hopefully we can get the Bear River Bird Refuge to add a few more kestrel boxes on the lower section of 4th Street, west of here, between here and the start of the auto tour route. And I'll go down there and show you kind of what it looks like. It's pretty open. It's just grasslands, and there's some alkaline mud flats. But there's a lot of kestrels down there. I always see them. So I know they're there during the wintertime, but you don't see them in the summertime. So that's my suggestion, is building more kestrel boxes. The kestrels are kind of declining in the population, and they don't know sure really why, but the theory is lack of nesting opportunities, cavities, places to nest. And kestrels take to these nesting boxes pretty good. They will use these man-made kestrel boxes very well, so they are successful. So they can put them up like these 3. 2 out of the 3 were used this year, which I think is a very good success rate. So hopefully we can get some more kestrel boxes on 4th Street to help the kestrel population. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive down a little bit lower and kind of show you what the area down there looks like if you're not familiar with this area, and kind of tell you what I'm referring to. So let's take a quick drive down a couple miles down 4th Street. All right, we are several miles down on 4th Street. If you've ever been down here, you notice this is the kiosk where they've got some information about the refuge. And across the street there's actually the bird refuge sign. It says Bear River Migratory Bird Refuge. But as I pan around and look, you'll be able to see there's almost nothing out here. There's very few, if any, trees. And if the ones that are here are just very small, just Russian olive kind of stuff. So there's nothing out here for kestrels to even remotely nest on. This other side here, which is part of the refuge, is alkali mudflats, and there's nothing tree-wise out here at all. So there's no nesting opportunities for kestrels. But there are food out here. There's voles and mice out here. And during the wintertime, this time of year, it's 2nd of December, I believe, there are kestrels out here. Quite a few kestrels, to believe it or not. In fact, just in the last 5 minutes as I was driving down here from the place where I took this first section of the video, I stopped and took 2 more photographs of 2 more kestrels eating mice on fence posts. So that's, several more kestrels that I've seen on the way down here today, like 3 or 4 or something like that in just the last couple of minutes that I saw on fence posts eating mice. So there are kestrels out here in the wintertime. They just leave when winter ends and they have to go find a place to breed. Now, if we can get some kestrel boxes out here, maybe these kestrels will stick around. Maybe they'll have some success like the ones up on the visitor center in that first parking lot, and maybe we can help the kestrel population. So that's my suggestion, my proposal, I guess you'd say, is we'll see if the Bear River Bird Refuge is willing to add some more kestrel boxes on here on lower 4th Street and see if we can get that same success down here to help the kestrel population out. So I think it's a good idea. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What's your thoughts on the idea? My whole process about this is I like to get people encouraged and be able to go out and watch birds and see birds, and that's why I like kestrel boxes where people can actually see the birds during breeding season. They know where they're going to be. The great blue heron rooker at Farmington Bay is another great example. So to give people an opportunity to come out. Now on here on 4th Street where we're standing, there's actually this side of the road where this kiosk is, where cars can actually pull off. So suggestion would be is if they could come and put one of those kestrel boxes just off in this grassy area here, kind of like they did by the first parking lot where it's 30-40 yards away, so people can pull off here and just watch from their car and watch the kestrels do their thing. And there's a couple of parking lots on 4th Street where they open up during hunting season that if they're willing to open them up during the summertime and put kestrel boxes just outside the parking lot so people can pull in and watch from their cars, I think that would be also another great idea for people to get it and come and watch kestrels during the nesting season. They're kind of a cool little bird, and they're fascinating to watch, and they're fun to photograph. So I think adding more kestrel boxes on 4th Street is nothing but a great idea. So let me know what you think. I'm going to write a blog post about this here in the near future and see if we can gain some support for this and see if we can get some more kestrel boxes added to the Bear River Migratory Bird Refuge, because the first 3 were successful and raised at least 9 kestrels this first year. So maybe we can get some more boxes up and some more kestrels out in the population, because from what I understand, their population's declining. They're hurting, and they're not 100% sure why, but they think it might be like limited nesting places, cavities and stuff for them to nest in. So kestrels take very easily to these nesting boxes, these man-made structures. So it seems to be an easy fix if they can get them put up. So let's see what happens. Let me know in the description or the comments below what you think. And don't forget to follow me at bearriverblogger.com. And you can actually follow us on Facebook on our Bear River Blogger page, where we actually do a lot of short updates there. We get a little more interactive there on some stuff. So, feel free to share this video and this channel with your friends, and we'll catch you on the next video update.